be the group that one of them will be the control, and one of the group will be the group that we experiment on. The group that they were experimenting on, what they did was they said, okay, we want you to just take a list, and they were suffering from depression. They said, we'll take a list, and what we want you to do is every day just write 10 things that you're grateful for. 10 things that you are thankful for, whether you believe in deity or not, whether you believe in a creator, intelligent design, whatever it is, regardless of whether you believe in it, just do it. Just write what you're grateful for. They did so. What they found was people who actually wrote down what they were grateful for, whether they were grateful to a deity or not, the people who wrote down what they were grateful for actually ended up, some of them, they had a more positive outlook in life, and others actually ended up going through a positive phase in their depression. So it actually they were actually able to use the tool in order to uplift themselves, right? So these are a few of the keystone habits that if we put into our daily lives, we instill into our daily lives of being grateful, of being prayerful, of meditating, of reading. Look, God in the Quran, the first word that was revealed was Iqra. It was revealed for a different purpose, but of course the Quran can have many different meanings too. Even if we look at one of the next earliest chapters that were revealed was Surah Al-Qalam, right? The pen, Noon wal qalami wa ma yasturun, Noon, and the pen in which it writes. So God is obviously emphasizing this idea of reading and writing and education. In this age of information, ignorance is a choice, my brothers and sisters. And just to make one last point, a last couple points, and then inshallah I'll conclude, we can go to the game, and if we have any questions as well. Meditating is incredibly important. They've actually done studies where your meditation is the strongest in the morning, or your willpower is the strongest in the morning. It's like an energy bar in a video game. I'm not sure how many of us have played video games, guys or girls, but if we played like Mario Kart or something like that, we have like an energy bar, and that's how much we wake up with every single day with like willpower, right? And what happens is that the earlier we wake up, right, because waking up early is another positive habit for ourselves, keystone habit. If we wake up early, our discipline and our discipline is a lot greater, right? And what happens is that when we meditate, it actually gives us more willpower to make decisions in our daily lives, right? It's very, very important. So just meditating 10 minutes a day, it's incredibly beneficial for us, right? So looking at all of these different habits, right? Meditation, reading, and start doing them early in the morning, praying, being grateful, eating healthy, exercising. These are all incredible habits for us, and they won't happen overnight. Sometimes they take years in order to establish, right? Sometimes you have trial and error. Sometimes you try to figure out, how do I go ahead and instill this in my life? Sometimes you think to yourself, how do I make sure to stay consistent on this? But those are the struggles that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about in the Quran, and those are just the trials and tribulation of being human, right? God says, Ya insan, innaka kadihun ila rabbika kadhan famulaqi. Oh, insan, struggle and continue to struggle until you meet your Lord, right? So it's not going to happen overnight. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, brothers and sisters. And it's incredibly important for us to make sure that we instill these habits so that we make ourselves physically, mentally, spiritually, economically, the best human beings that we can possibly be, and so that we're ready and prepared for the zuhur of our 12th and awaited Imam al-Mahdi, ajalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. With that, I'll go ahead and ask Brother Raza I think we'll go ahead and start the game, or Brother Muhammad Kazmi to go ahead and start the game. Before we start the Kahoot game, by the way, I'd like to thank Brother Muhammad Kazmi, who will be controlling this right now, as well as Brother Amin Shahata, who has been working with me to create the game and to work with me to edit it. My incredible thanks to him, as well as the organizers of this wonderful event. While Brother Muhammad Kazmi is going ahead and preparing it, I think we had a few questions that popped up. And if you want, you guys can, Raza, you could go ahead and, while they're setting the game up, you could go ahead and ask me the questions that you felt necessary.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So we had 3 good questions, and if anybody else has, other questions I'd like to add, please type that in the chat, and Brother Mustafa will compile them. So first question asks, what is the counter argument to those who say that it is okay to pick and choose what elements of religion and faith they want to follow? So I think this is specifically asking for a response to our friends and families who say it's okay for me not to subscribe to this part of religion, and choose what I want to choose.
Right. So God says in the Quran, Inna alayna jama'ahu wa Qur'ana. God is the author cover to cover. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about something, if you obey one, if you consider one to be wajib, for example, if you believe prayer is wajib, but you don't believe, for example, fasting is wajib, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it very, very clear in the Quran. God says, I've given you this entire book. So either you believe in the whole thing, or if you're picking and choosing, then you're going to start running into problematic territory, because then every single person has their own religion. So some people believe that I don't have to pray. Some people believe they don't have to fast. Some people, when they say, oh, for example, stay away from things that make you, things that depress your mental state, for example, with approaching prayer, staying away from drugs, alcohol, you start to run into so many moral contradictions where what happens is that now every single person has their own religion, right? And even if we look at the many differences that we have in religion today, the reason why it's happened is because we've put our own ideas and our own desires into the religion. So when we pick and choose, the counter argument for that would be that when we pick and choose, we're starting to say either I don't believe the Quran is accurate, or if I start picking and choosing this religion, that I knew more than the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, Muhammad bin Abdullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or I knew more than God himself, right? So you start falling into moral conundrums, and that would be my response to that, right? And I just want to make this point. When we decide to go away from the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we say, for example, I'm going to drink alcohol, I'm going to smoke weed, or I'm not going to pray, you have your autonomy to do so. I'm not saying you should do it, right? So let me be very clear. I'm not saying you should do it. But what I'm saying is that if you decide through your own free will, which all of us have, if you decide to make that decision to indulge in whatever action that you're planning to take, no problem. That's your free will. You can do as you wish. But don't try to justify to yourself and say that what I'm doing is correct. That's a very, very dangerous, again, that's another dangerous road to go down, right? So if you do something wrong, you should admit that I'm doing something wrong, and I hope to correct it in the future, right? But don't start to say that some things are positive, some things are negative, and I take it as I wish. Yeah.
That's excellent. Thank you. Next question is, if I have to choose breaking a bad habit versus building a good habit, which should I prioritize?
Breaking a bad habit.
Why?
Breaking a bad habit, 10 times out of 10. Look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even our manager were asked, out of the 5 ahkam al-khamsa, when you look at haram, makruh, mubah, mustahab, and halal, if you were to remove one, which one would it be, or indulge in just one, which one would it be? So the response that was given was stay away from haram, because our souls are inclined in such a way that we're inclined towards positivity, right? If you look at people who go to Muharram or Ramadan, we feel spiritually pure. The reason why we feel spiritually pure is because we remained away from the haram, right? People will say during Ramadan and Muharram, I don't listen to music, right? Or they'll say that I, for example, don't gamble, or I don't do this, or I don't do that. I don't do these negative things. So what happens is that your soul goes through this spiritual cleansing, right? Even when you come back from Hajj, you feel spiritually you feel very, very good, right? It's because our souls are inclined in order to do positive. So your goal should always be to break the bad habits first, whether it be something big or small. Start with break the bad habits, and then work to build good habits. Again, it takes time.
Excellent. And on that concept of taking time, the final question we received, and folks, please feel free to enter more questions. The question is, I don't have patience to wait for the habits that I want to be developed to manifest. What are some of the practical solutions to keep me motivated on a day-to-day basis?
The practical steps. You should always approach things in a practical manner. So if my goal is to wake up early, you need to come up with you can't just say I'm going to wake up early, right? So it's going to take time, unfortunately. My apologies for the question. I know you don't have patience, and you know what? It comes with being young. When I would try to instill my habits, or I would do my best to instill these habits within my life, it took years. So when I'm saying years, I'm not saying it just out of, just because I've read it somewhere. I'm saying it out of personal experience. It may take years sometimes, right? But work towards small goals and focus on the positive that you have, right? There was a very famous clinical psychologist, when he was asked, how do I, when he was approached by a patient who had a phobia of interacting with people, he said, how do I, he worked with a patient. What they did was they came up with small wins every single week. So the first week that the patient came in, he said, okay, what I want you to do is I just want you to go outside. I don't want you to say anything to anyone. I just want you to go outside, right? The next week, the patient came back and he said, okay, I went outside. He said, okay, what I want you to do is I just want you to walk past one person and I want you to nod your head. right? Do you know when you walk by and you nod your head, salam or whatever it is, whether you're at the mall or wherever outside? And I just want you to do that one time. He said he did it. All right, the following week the patient came in. Okay, I want you to do it 5 times. Okay, he did it. And the following week he said what? He said that the following week he said, all right, I just want you to say hi to one person. So you slowly but surely, that individual, he became braver and braver. He cut it down into really small pieces, right? So like when you want to wake up early, for example, if you want to read a book, read 5 minutes, right? Because those 5 minutes are 5 minutes greater than you did yesterday, right? So when you wake up, try to wake up 5 minutes earlier. Try to, for example, if you're going to start reading, read 1 page or read 5 minutes. Time yourself. Okay, I read 5 minutes today. Tomorrow I'm going to try to read 6 minutes. And you try to go ahead and keep doing that. And every time you improve, we have this tendency to look at the negative. Every time you get one win, celebrate that win. If you woke up 5 minutes earlier, you're already doing 5 minutes better than you were yesterday, right? So take those wins where you can get them. Focus on the positive. If you don't have the patience, I understand through experience, through speaking with all my brothers and sisters, it happens, especially when you're young, you don't have patience for a lot of things. It will take time to develop, but focus on the positives when you do get wins. Even as small as they are, take those wins and try to celebrate them.
MashaAllah, that was an excellent response. I think, that the concept of, celebrating those wins is something that people don't think about too much, right? It's something that, my goal is an hour and I only got 5 minutes. But if you set your goal as something very small, right, you'll be able to celebrate that win. So having a small goal. And as Brother Mohammed Ali transitions to the screen, another thing is, also creating a partnership, right? I have a friend, we're going to work on this goal together, right? We have the same goal, whether it's reading, it could be going to the gym, right? And you still have that similar, that similar low goal, but you're going with it together. So when you do have a win, you're able to double it and have the same
accountability partners are tremendous. I know there are groups I've heard of where there were a group of individuals who had trouble praying. So what they did was they made a group chat and then they would all check up on each other. Okay, did you recite Fajr? And they would say check, or whatever it was in like a group chat or something. Those are all very, very positive things, right? Accountability is sometimes the greatest motivator. Sometimes you need other people to motivate you to do things, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Eventually you should become self-sufficient, but at the beginning, there's nothing wrong with getting people to help you with whatever issues you're having or trying to get to your goals, right? All right. Are we going to go ahead and play this game?
Yes, right. I think we are set. So,
okay.
All right. So, Mandali, is there a cap on the team numbers? So if folks want to go to kahoot.it, you type in that number, we'll be able to enter the game.
So one thing that I'll say, in addition to that question, because we're waiting for people to join, so I'll just add a few more pieces that, just looking at my notes, I wanted to go ahead and add, was the brother or sister who asked, if I don't have the patience for it. Meditation is one of the best ways to, one of the best habits to instill. If you meditate like 10 minutes a day, right, just one time a day, it's incredibly beneficial for you, right? And meditation allows you to structure yourself mentally, which is really important to do as well, right? So one of the things I wanted to add was, if you can go ahead and try, if you're not able to break the bad habits, then use the meditation in order to your advantage, in order to break those bad habits, right? All right.
All right. Just as a reminder, there's a $50 prize for the winner of this game. So I would highly encourage folks to to join if you can.
Can you announce how you'll be how you will be sending the prize at the end of this, just so that the person can contact you to claim the prize? You want to go ahead and let them know?
Oh, that's excellent. So so we can Venmo you cash. Okay. So if so at the end, the winner, if you can just direct message me your Venmo, we can directly. Okay. Yes. So we'll give it one more minute. All right, for $50, we're gonna wait 30 more seconds and then we'll get started if that's okay, because it looks like maybe some people are still rolling in. Somebody's name is Moher Ramazan. Okay, very nice. Merchen. Masih Lorestan, mashallah. I am potato. Okay. 17. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, Mahalali. Bismillah, go ahead.
All right. So let's go ahead and play this game then. All right. Who stated the following? I have not come but to perfect the morals of mankind. All right, I think 17 is, I think those are all the teams that we have. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Oh no, we have more than 17 teams. Okay. Okay. The correct answer was the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. Very good.
Kazim, are you competing
By the
too?
way,
What's going on here?
yeah, I'm not playing the game. I will forfeit. I think the game might have been created in my name. So what is the meaning of Hujurat? Is it the ascension, the star, the victory, or the chambers? We have an X in the middle of the screen. I'm not sure. I think somebody's writing by mistake there.
Yeah,
But
I'll remove that right now.
yeah. Okay, the correct answer is the chambers. Very good. There are certain things that I left out. I didn't mention. So go ahead and purposely left out so that we can make this game a little bit more interesting. Let's go to the next question. Okay, whose birthday is on the 4th of Sha'ban? Is it Imam Hussein? Is it Imam Zainul Abidin? Is it Hazrat Abbas? Or is it Hazrat Qasim? All right, the correct answer is Hazrat Abbas.
If you're in
All right.
Mu'abban, you should know these answers.
All right, brother Amir is on fire apparently. Okay. How many Usuluddin are there in the religion of Islam? 6, 5, 7, or 8?
We spent a whole semester on Usul al-Din. This should be 20 out of 20 right answers.
I believe we have 19 teams. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think you're right. 19.
Yeah. All right. 5 is the correct answer. Very good.
Got to go back and see who put 7.
All right. Brother Amir is still on fire. Okay. Which was the first civil war during the Khilafat of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib? Is it Battle of Jamal, Battle of Tabuk, Battle of Siffin, or Battle of Nahrawan? There we go. We have the audio now. Thank you, brother. All right. The Battle of Jamal is correct. All right. Brother Amir still has the lead. Sizable lead on everybody. Okay. True or false? The system of Allah does not change. I have a feeling if you get this one wrong, the talk just had no effect whatsoever.
you get this one, you have to come tomorrow night for the lecture as well.
All right. Let's see. Correct answer is true. We had a couple people say false. Okay. Inshallah, those couple people probably listening to the rest of the discussion. All right, let's see. Cash money has moved up. Brother Amir is still in the lead. I am somehow not playing, but I'm in second place. So inshallah. When Allah first speaks to Musa, what's the first action he tells him to take? If you could please, if you have your mic on, you could please mute it. All right, take off your shoes, bow down in prayer, put out the fire, or fast for 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, the correct answer is take off your shoes. Very good. Okay, Brother Amir is still in the lead, mashallah. Okay, in which month was the Battle of Badr fought? Was it in Muharram, in Ramadan, in Shawwal, or in Rajab? All right, we have all 19 answers. The month of Ramadan, very good. That's the correct answer. Okay. In which of the following chapters is the story of Musa not mentioned? Is it Qasas, Nazi'at, Jathiyah, or Surah Taha? Waiting for two more answers, one more answer. All right, the correct answer is Jathiyah. Very good. Nazi'at, Musa is mentioned. This story is mentioned. وَهَلْ أَتَاكَ حَدِيثُ مُوسَى. All right, Brother Amir is still holding on to the lead. Cash money in second place. Team Mahir Ramazan has moved up to third place. The Holy Prophet said the best companion is one who blank. When you see him, you are reminded of God. When he speaks, your knowledge increases. All of the above or all of the answers. When he acts, you start to think about resurrection and the hereafter. Okay, the correct answer was all of the above. Very good. Okay, the trains team has moved up. There's a good battle for fourth and fifth place. Let's see the next question. Which country did the kiwi fruit originate from? Was it in China, in New Zealand, in Sweden, or in Ethiopia? And we have the honor system here, brothers and sisters, so please make sure that we're not using our phone to Google these answers. Honor system, please. Waiting for two more answers.
Oh, nobody would do that. It's Ramadan, of course.
All right, let's see. China is the correct answer. It's actually not New Zealand. Yes, it was a trick question, brothers and sisters. Kiwi fruit actually originated in China. I've somehow not playing, but Brother Amir still has the lead by 1,000 points. Let's see if he can hold on to the lead.
I think someone named themselves Kazim.
Oh, I think somebody named themselves Kazim.
Yeah, okay. I don't think it's you.
Either way, I think you should make sure the money doesn't come back to me. Which day of Ramadan is the birthday of Hassan alayhi salam? Is it the 14th, 15th, 16th, or 17th? The correct answer is the 15th of Ramadan. Very good. All right. Brother Amir is still in the lead, mashallah. Which of the following chapters are recommended to be recited on the 23rd night of Ramadan? One of Layal al-Qadr. Is it Rum, Ankabut, Dukhan, or all of the above? All of the above. Very good. So I should correct myself because I believe that Kazim name is actually one of our brothers who's joined the game. So Kazim is in the lead, has a lead over Amir. Very good. All right. How many verses are in Surah Fatiha? Is it 6, 7, 8, or 9?
If we don't get this one right, maybe we just cancel the game altogether.
All right, waiting for one more answer. 7 is the correct answer. Very good. All right. Brother Amir has retaken the lead, mashallah. It's neck and neck, brothers and sisters. All right. After how many hours of meditation are there definitive changes in brain chemistry? 7, 8, 9, or 10? If you're messaging in the group chat, please be careful. Somebody might have messaged in the group chat by mistake. Let's see here. The correct answer is 10. After 10 hours, there are definitive changes in brain chemistry. Okay, Brother Amir has a slight lead on Brother
11
Kazim.
points. 11
yes,
points.
11-point lead. True or false? Luqman was not a prophet of God. Correct answer is true. He was not a prophet of God. All right, Brother Kazim has moved into the lead. Again, very close by 100 points. We are off. Team Fatima has climbed into third place. Using our phones triggers a similar response to which of the following? Consuming sugar, gambling, drinking alcohol, or listening to music. And if you are giving answers in the group chat, if we could please refrain from that. All right, the correct answer is actually gambling. The screen is actually made in colorful in a way where we keep using our phones actually. Very interesting. So make sure you check that out. But the Kazim is making a comeback with 3 in a row. All right, let's see. See the next question. Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the tallest mountain in the world? Is it Kilimanjaro, K2, Makulu, or none of the above? Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the tallest mountain in the world? Kilimanjaro, K2, Makulu, or none of the above? It's none of the above because before Mount Everest was discovered, it was still the tallest mountain, whether it was discovered or not. So it was more of a trick question, brothers and sisters. All right, that's none of the above. Let's see.
That was good. I like that.
All right, Harmful Hippo has climbed 4 places. What was the name of the Khalifa or the Caliph during the era of Imam al-Jawad alayhi salam? Was it Mansur al-Dawaniqi, al-Mu'tamid, al-Ma'mun, or al-Mutawakkil? Correct answer is al-Ma'mun. All right, let's see. Brother Kazim and Brother Amir have pulled away from the pack. Let's see. All right. The verse لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ is in which chapter of Quran? Is it in Surah Ibrahim, Surah Ra'd, Surah Al-Hijr, or Surah Yunus? Ready for one more answer? The correct answer is Surah Ibrahim. Very good. Okay. Brother Kazim is building a substantial lead. Harmful Hippo is trying to stay close. All right, let's move on to the next question. Which of the following is not an ideal habit to have? Meditation, drinking alcohol, reading, or exercising? All right, drinking alcohol. Thank God we got that one right. Alhamdulillah. All right, let's move on to the next question. All right. What is the name of the 73rd chapter of the Quran? Is it Al-Ma'arij, Al-Mursalat, Al-Muzammil, or Al-Mudaththir? Correct answer is Muzammil. Very good. All right, just a few more questions. Team Fatima is coming up. Team Ali is making a comeback. Move on to the next question. All right. What is the name of the 9th Imam? Is it Imam al-Rida, Imam al-Jawad, Imam al-Hadi, or Imam al-Askari? Very good, Imam al-Jawad. Let's go on to the next question. All right. Team Fatima has 6 correct answers in a row. All right, staying close. How long is New Zealand's 90-mile beach? 30 miles, 55 miles, 75 miles, or 90 miles? 55 miles is actually the correct answer, brothers and sisters. No, 55 miles is the correct answer. It was a trick question. Yeah, their 90-mile beach is actually 55 miles. I'm assuming quarantines has some sort of association with the New Zealand, the country of New Zealand. What was the name of the first battle fought in the religion of Islam? Is it Khandaq, Uhud, Hunain, or Badr? All right, very good, Badr. Great job. Yes, Battle of Badr was fought in Ramadan. Okay. Harmful Hippo and the winners team have moved up. Quarantines has answered 7 straight in a row, threatening to overtake Brother Amir. Let's move on to the next question. Last few questions. All right. Who made the following statement? Whoever is not your brother in faith is your equal in humanity. Is it Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, Imam Zain al-Abidin, or Imam Ali alayhi salam? All right, Imam Ali alayhi salam made that statement. Very famous statement. Okay. These standings keep changing, so let's just continue because it's gonna get, I think it's getting closer. All right, which Imam shares his birthday with the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him? Is it Imam al-Jawad, Imam Hassan, Imam al-Sadiq, or Imam al-Kadhim? One more answer we're waiting for. Correct answer is Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. Oh, quarantines has come into second place. It is sunnah to pray how many total units a day? Is it 40, 51, 34, or 17? $51 is the correct answer. Very good. 17 is mandatory. 51 is wajib. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Brother Amir has retaken second place. What percentage of our daily activities are done out of habit? 40%, 30%, 50%, or 60%? Correct answer is A, 40%. That's why habits are so important to have. That's almost half your day is done just automatically, subconsciously. That's why habits are so important. All right, Brother Kazim has maintained the lead with one question to go. Last question, true or false? We will all get through this current crisis, inshallah. Is that true or is that false? All right, the correct answer is true. For the 4 people who don't believe we're going to get through this, inshallah we will. Let's just maintain positivity. Just final concluding thoughts. Thank you so much for having me here. Let's see the winner actually. Third place is the Quarantines. Second place is Team Amir, and first place is our beloved brother, not me, but our beloved brother Kazim. Congratulations to the winners and to the runner-ups, second and third place as well. Go ahead and congratulations, Brother Kazim. Please reach out to Brother Raza Baghai for the reward, for the $50 cash prize.
It says Kazim is Hamid and Allah.
Oh, very good.
So congratulations.
Congratulations.
2 heads are better than 1.
Yes, congratulations. My brothers and sisters, it was my honor and pleasure to be joining all of you here tonight. Please keep me in your prayers. Of course, you're always in mine as well. If you have any questions beyond this, feel free to contact me, email, telephone, as you feel necessary. Keep me in your prayers, inshallah. I hope you enjoy this month of Ramadan. Use it as an opportunity to improve yourself. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Even if we're young, we may not get an opportunity like this ever again. Use it to try to maximize it as much as possible. Try to improve yourself, and inshallah, we'll all come out of this as better individuals and as better, more productive and prolific individuals within the society in which we live. With that being said, I'll go ahead and hand it off to my beloved brother Raza Baghai. My respected and beloved brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you everyone for competing in the Kahoot game and staying on. I know it's 10 o'clock. It's become a little bit later than usual. I really want to thank Brother Kazim for presenting. I know all of us really enjoyed his presentation and the Kahoot game. He did all of this work. So, please, I would encourage everyone to follow his work as well. Inshallah, he will also be speaking again at the end of the month on Friday, May 22nd. The next presentation we have will be for the youth-oriented program will be Wednesday, May 6th, discussing the power of active reflection. But as usual, there will be a presentation tomorrow night by Sheikh Navid on the wisdom of the Quran, again beginning at 9 p.m. So with that, thank you all. Inshallah, we'll see you tomorrow night.